We want to wish you a very warm welcome into our beautiful space today to Broadway's Housing Sugar Hill Project, where affordable housing, early childhood education, and a children's museum are working together to bring transformational change to this community. In 2014, with the support of New York City's Pre-K-4 program and the generosity of several private funders, the Sugar Hill Museum Preschool opened its doors to 54 4-year-olds from this very community. This year, we are proud to be able to provide 138 children with the resources and support that will prepare them for a lifetime of growth and success.
High-quality preschool education can make a big difference. Most of the achievement gap that we worry about is set before children ever walk through the kindergarten door. In most states, a wall blocks the kind of public investment in young children we make in every child beginning at kindergarten. It's time to tear down that wall. Now, there is some good news in our report this year. Pre-K enrollment inched up. States raised quality standards. Spending per child was up, but most of that increase was accounted for by New York City. New York City and New York State show what public will, political leadership can do to give every child high-quality education within a decade, not centuries.
This is one of the things we have to make a decision about in our country. If we are focused on early childhood education, then we're seriously trying to reach our young people and give them a good future. If we're ignoring early child education, then we're actually not trying to fix our schools and create a more fair and just society. It's as simple as that. You can't talk about economic fairness, you can't talk about opportunity, you can't talk about a quality education if you're not talking about early childhood education. And that is part of what animated our work here in this city. My dear friend Randi Weingarten, we have worked on issues of education together for many years. We both at times have been so frustrated at what could be done if only we focused, if only we had the will, if only we put the priorities in the right place. So Randi, I know how much you believed in this. I know how much you thought it could be done, and you certainly can testify to the enthusiasm our educators have had for going to someplace in New York City never reached before and really having full-day pre-K for every single child. 68,500 kids in full-day pre-K in this city, more children than in the entire school system of San Francisco. 245 new early childhood centers were opened up as part of this process. 3 of those classrooms were right here at Sugar Hill Museum Preschool. We're very proud of what we've done here. It's one of the prime ways we address inequality. It's one of the prime ways we open up opportunity. We are enthusiastic to work with our colleagues around the country to help build their efforts and to show them what works and to show them the areas that we're learning from and to learn from them. And we hope that what's happened here can be a proof point that this should transcend all politics. It should transcend all geography. It shouldn't matter what party you're from or what state you're from. It should be a national obligation to reach full-day pre-K for every child in this country so we can really move forward. Thank you.
I really want to say very publicly, thank you, Mayor de Blasio, for showing that New York can both dream and do big things. Thank you. What Texas and others are doing are they're falling into the trap of access versus quality. We need to have both. And that's what New York is trying to do. So I'm also very excited that New York is focusing on how to raise pay for pre-K teachers across the system, which goes hand in hand with raising qualifications that we're asking teachers to have. Across the country, we see that pre-K teachers get paid $10,000 to $30,000 less per year than their primary school counterparts, even though many states require the same qualifications. Part of that is because many of their primary school counterparts have a union that has fought very hard to increase that pay. We need to do the same, all of us, regardless of whether somebody is in a union or not in a union, in terms of pre-K teachers. We need to actually increase professional development. So we have at the AFT a lesson sharing platform, which is called Share My Lesson. Anybody can join for free. This is the offer I make to the New York early childhood community. Any early childhood materials that we think are high quality, we'll put on that platform so that people can share all over. So that platform you should think of as a New York City jewel as well, and we would love to work with you in terms of how we expand online and also professional support for all the pre-K teachers. That's what it means to work as a community. The only way we will make sure that pre-K is that condition that is essential to ensuring that neither demography nor geography becomes destiny is if we focus both on access and quality. And it's why AFT is doing this work with educators and parents across the country, including Pittsburgh, New Mexico, Cincinnati. It would take 150 years to get 75% of 4-year-olds in America into pre-K at the rate we're doing. And so yesterday, I am glad that another New Yorker released a plan to get us there in 10 years, not in 150 years. That's more my speed. And that's why the national election becomes very important. And by the way, that New Yorker is not Donald Trump. Just in case you thought that it was.
Wait a minute. Who is she?
We need to take this New York great experiment and make it the reality for kids across the country. Again, thank you very much, Mr. Mayor, for having not only the dream, but the will to make this a reality.